Alright Patriots Nation, buckle up because today's video is packed with updates and insights you don't want to miss. While everyone's talking about the obvious headline names, like Will Campbell, whatever that powerhouse selected as the fourth overall pick, or Kyle Williams, the lightning fast receiver, and Trayvon Henderson, the dynamic Ohio State running back, there's one name flying under the radar that might end up making just as much noise on the field, and that's Braden Swinson. Yeah, you heard that right. Braden Swinson might not be trending all over social media, but what he brings to the table is the kind of raw power and motor that could make an immediate impact for the Patriots. Let's talk about why this guy could end up being a major still. So here's the deal. Swinson's journey started out in Oregon, where he developed as a pass rusher, and later he transferred to LSU, which speaks volumes about the level of competition he's faced and the experience he's gained. Getting picked in the 5th round, he didn't just shrug it off. No, the guy was emotional. He admitted to crying when he got the call, saying it was surreal to be heading to Foxborough. That's the kind of energy you love to see. That's not just a player who's happy to be drafted, that's a player who's all in, who's been dreaming about this moment and is ready to grind for every rep, every snap, every opportunity to prove he belongs. And let's be honest, in a league where so many young players get caught up in the business side of things, it's refreshing and honestly crucial to find guys who bring heart and passion, who want to bleed for the jersey, not just cash the check. Will Campbell, when he was picked, made it clear he was committed to doing whatever it takes to protect the quarterback and help the team win. That's the kind of mentality you want across the board, and from everything we've seen so far, Swinson shares that same fire. His numbers back it up too. At LSU, he was named to the 2nd team All-Conference, not a minor feat by any stretch, and he racked up 13 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks. When you flip on the tape, it becomes crystal clear. This dude lives in the backfield. Offensive line struggle to contain him. He's disruptive, explosive, and relentless in his pursuit, whether he's coming off the edge or crashing inside. He's the kind of problem offenses don't want to deal with. He's not just raw energy either. There's real technique in his game. He appeared in 12 games last season, notching 58 tackles and defending 3 passes. Watching this film, you notice something pretty quickly. LSU used him standing up off the edge a lot, rather than with his hand in the dirt. And in that role, he even managed to get his hands up and knock down some passes. Now, for a guy who stands 6'4" and weighs in at 255 pounds, that kind of awareness and mobility is special. He's not just a bull rusher. He's reading plays, tracking the quarterback, getting into throwing lanes. That's smart football. But let's get back to his athletic profile. What stands out about Swinson isn't just size, it's how he moves. His get-off from the edge is quick, almost startling. He forces offensive linemen to commit immediately, and the second they do, he slips around or through them. That kind of burst and bend is what separates good pass rushers from great ones. He's not just trying to push the tackle into the quarterback. Yeah, he's maneuvering, setting up moves, using leverage, and that allows him to get to the backfield on plays like jet sweeps or when running backs try to bounce outside. He's got the speed and agility to contain those kinds of plays, make tackles for loss. It's not just highlight reel sacks, it's the little plays that kill drives. Now here's a stat that's not getting enough love. In addition to his sacks, Swinson logged 9 total sacks on 8 quarterback pressures. Pressures that forced hurried throws, disrupted timing, or resulted in incompletions. And those hurries? They matter a lot more than people think. That's how you crack a quarterback. You don't always have to bring him down. You just have to force the mistake, make him rush, make him throw before he's ready. That's where elite quarterbacks separate themselves. But it's also where defensive playmakers can steal momentum for their side. And Swinson showed repeatedly that he can create those moments. His presence collapses pockets, turns clean, plays into chaos, and gives defensive backs chances to capitalize. And look, when you've got an edge rusher who's doing that consistently, not just in spurts, not just once every few games, but constantly applying pressure, it changes the way an offense operates. It speeds up the quarterback's internal clock. It affects play calling. It creates hesitation. And for a Patriots defense that's been looking to add that next level disruption off the edge, Swinson might just be that guy. The front office clearly saw the need to strengthen the trenches, and they made moves accordingly between the additions on the defensive line and guys like Keon White, who's another name to watch. There's a clear strategy in place. And let's not forget Harold Landry III, or Ashia the Rainer III, who played under Mike Vrabel and brings some veteran know-how to the mix. So don't be surprised if Swinson is getting real rotational reps early. With his size, speed, and an attitude, he's the kind of player who can earn his way into meaningful snaps quickly. Honestly, I think this is one of the most underrated picks the Patriots made this year. There were mock drafts that had Swinson coming off the board in the late second or early third round. The fact that the Patriots landed him in the fifth, that's a steal, plain and simple. And it makes you wonder, how did he fall? Maybe it was the crowded talent pool. Maybe it was scheme fit concerns. But whatever the reason, New England swooped in and got themselves a gem. And I'm not the only one who thought this guy was going to be long gone by day 3. I had my eye on Jack Sawyer too, who also slid more than expected. A guy some saw as a potential first rounder earlier in the draft cycle. But in the end, the Patriots came away with a deep and focused class, especially in the pass rushing department. Gillette from Louisville was another edge guy that stood out to me, but the overall picture here is clear. New England had a plan. They started the draft with 9 picks and ended up making 11, maneuvering their way through the board and targeting the positions they needed most. That's smart football. It's calculated, and it shows a front office that's playing chess, not checkers. Edge rusher was a glaring need, and they hit it hard with multiple prospects who bring different skill sets to the table. Swinson in particular fits that mold of a player who may not have the 5-star pedigree, but brings grit, athleticism, and a real chip on his shoulder. Now let's talk about areas for improvement, because no rookie is perfect. Swinson could probably benefit from a little more top-end speed. Watching him, you see a guy who's strong and aggressive, but maybe not elite fast just yet. That's something that can be developed though, especially in a professional strength and conditioning program. There's also potential for him to add a bit more mass to his frame without losing quickness. If he can bulk up a bit, refine some of his counter moves, and continue developing his instincts, he could evolve into a true force on the edge. And let me tell you, the ceiling is high. We're going to keep a close eye on him as training camp progresses. Because make no mistake, he's got a real shot to earn reps. And if he flashes early, the coaching staff won't hesitate to get him involved. The Patriots are all about putting the best guys on the field, and Swinson has the tools to make a strong case. I'll say it again, this might be the sleeper pick of the draft for New England. But while we're on the topic of key additions, we've got to touch on Drake Maye. This kid is stepping into the franchise spotlight as the face of the team's future at quarterback. And everything we're hearing suggests he's handling it like a pro. One thing that really stood out was how much he values the experience of working with guys like Tom Brady and offensive mastermind Josh McDaniels. He mentioned going back and watching tape of Brady, not just for the plays, but for the process. The way Brady approached the game, his decision-making, the rhythm and timing, it's all being soaked up by Maye. And what's even more encouraging is how Maye talks about McDaniels. There's genuine excitement about being coached by someone who's been there, done that, and knows how to build a system around a quarterback's strengths. Even though McDaniels has had his ups and downs as a head coach, there's no denying his brilliance when it comes to offensive scheming. He knows how to create mismatches, how to exploit defenses, and most importantly, how to get the most out of his quarterback. That's something Maye clearly respects, and it's going to make a difference in his development. Last season was rough, especially for the offense. There were protection issues, inconsistency, and just an overall lack of rhythm. But now, there's hope, real hope. Bringing back a proven offensive coordinator for a third stint, someone who already understands the culture and expectations, is a game changer. And you can bet every player was drafted with a clear role in mind. There's a vision here, and the pieces are falling into place. And as we continue to dive into this new era for the Patriots, the presence of Josh McDaniels feels like a stabilizing force. After a shaky offensive performance last season, bringing back a coordinator with a deep understanding of how to maximize talent is exactly what this team needed. McDaniels has a unique ability to identify a player's strengths and build plays that put them in the best possible situations to succeed. That's not just good coaching, that's experience, that's system familiarity, and that's what can turn an average offense into a top 10 unit when everything clicks. Drake Maye is soaking it all in. He's young, but he's got that humble, hungry attitude that you want in a quarterback who's stepping into a franchise-defining role. Yeah, you can see the spark. The way he talks about reviewing Brady's old tape, studying how Tom made quick reads, adjusted protections, kept his footwork tight. That tells you Maye's not just here for the spotlight. He wants to learn, evolve, and carry the responsibility that comes with wearing that Patriots jersey. He knows he's walking into big shoes, but instead of shying away, he's embracing the pressure, leaning on the coaching staff, and respecting the legacy while building his own path. It's hard not to get excited when you start connecting the dots. You've got a young quarterback with upside, a veteran offensive coordinator with a proven track record, and a group of rookie ehos like Braden Swinson, who bring fresh energy and talent to a team that needed both. The draft class didn't just fill holes, it brought in players who fit the culture. Grit, toughness, coachability, those aren't just buzzwords in Foxborough, they're requirements. And Swinson fits that mold to a T. Every time you hear him speak, every time you see the intensity in his play, it's clear he's ready to outwork everyone else. If you rewind just a few months, most fans were worried about the lack of direction. There were questions about leadership, identity, and long-term vision. But now, with this new wave of players and a revamped staff, the fog is starting to lift. The plan is coming into focus. It won't be perfect right away. Rookies take time to adjust, quarterbacks need reps, chemistry takes weeks to build, but the foundation being laid feels a lot stronger than what we saw last year. So the big question is this: can this new group rise together? Can Drake Maye take command of the offense under McDaniel's guidance? Can Braden Swinson carve out a real role on the edge and start making noise as a rookie? Those are the storylines worth watching. The answers won't come overnight, but all the ingredients are there. What's been missing in New England the past few years? That spark, that energy, that fire. It feels like it's finally coming back. And hey, just as a side note, for those asking, yes, the sunburn's starting to heal. Still a little red, but no longer lobster status. Appreciate the concern. We've got more to talk about in the coming days, so stick around. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a bold move signaling a new era of defense-first football, the New England Patriots have made a headline-grabbing acquisition by securing Fred Warner, the standout linebacker from the San Francisco 49ers. Warner, known for his exceptional instincts, leadership, and unmatched ability to cover both the run and pass, is poised to become the centerpiece of the Patriots' defense as they rebuild under head coach Bill Belichick. The Patriots, long known for their disciplined, no-nonsense style of play, are transitioning away from their recent offensive-focused strategies. This shift is evident in their decision to make Warner the face of their defense. The linebacker, who has consistently ranked among the NFL's top defensive players, brings a wealth of experience to a team in desperate need of a dominant force. In the middle of the field, Warner's addition not only boosts the defense's overall talent, but also enhances the leadership structure. His calm demeanor and football IQ will be invaluable in guiding younger players and establishing a defensive mentality that can rival the best in the league. With his ability to read the game, communicate effectively, and make crucial plays when it matters most, Warner is the ideal fit for Belichick's defensive system, which values discipline, adaptability, and intelligence. This move signifies a clear departure from the Patriots' recent struggles in securing top-tier defensive playmakers. In recent years, the team has faced difficulty in making significant improvements to their defense, relying on a mix of veteran leadership and unproven talent. However, by landing Warner, the Patriots are making a statement. The defense is back, and they are committed to becoming one of the most feared units in the NFL once again. Warner's leadership on the field will be crucial for a team that has often been criticized for its inability to stop high-powered offenses. As one of the most complete linebackers in the league, he excels in coverage, run defense, and as a blitzer, making him a versatile weapon for the Patriots' defensive schemes. His ability to cover tight ends and running backs in the passing game will be especially beneficial in a league increasingly dominated by high-flying offenses. The timing of this acquisition is also significant. With the AFC East growing increasingly competitive, the Patriots needed to make a move that would not only enhance their chances of success, but also set them apart from their rivals. By securing Warner, the Patriots have added a game changer who can tilt the balance in their favor. As the 2025 season looms, all eyes will be on the Patriots' defense as they aim to prove that the franchise's identity has shifted back to its roots. With Fred Warner leading the charge, the Patriots are hoping to reclaim their spot as one of the NFL's most dominant defensive teams, ready to challenge for the top once more. This signing marks the start of a new chapter, one where the defense is no longer just a part of the equation, but the driving force behind New England's success. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.